I'm ready. Are you ready? Guys, welcome back. I'm super excited to see you again. I have no idea what to say anymore. The people who don't know me, I'm Alexei. I'm a composer, mixing engineer, and coach and producer. But let's move the funny things to the side. Drinking water is important and healthy, especially in the studio. I have no place to put it somewhere. I do have. Okay, let's begin the video. The video is about how many views we actually need in order to make money from YouTube.
Voice Abba. A guy who never made money on YouTube himself.
The question is it possible or is it impossible? Especially for people who do music. If you're jumping out of the window, I think it's a little bit easier because many people like watching people jumping out of the window. Really? But music is another topic, so I want to show you realistic numbers, at least what I find realistic numbers for me. And yeah, just do the mathematics. It's easy. It's
easy and it's
I think it's understandable. I don't know the word. It's followable. Let's start. Actually, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because a lot of people on Facebook, friends, and all the composers and music production and many groups and musicians obviously as well. The reason is because we have a crisis right now, so nobody has the opportunity to earn money playing somewhere gigs or do whatever people are doing when the crisis is not out there. Yeah, makes sense. So obviously many people are sitting at home and looking for ways how to earn money. Now let me show you the numbers, or let's play the numbers game, and at the end of the video I will give you an advice how you can actually achieve it, because I think it's possible, even as a composer or a musician. Let's do this. So the first number you need to achieve or to get is 1000 subscribers, and there is no limit, no time limit for it. So you can make them in 1 year, you can make them tomorrow, or you can make them in the next 20 years. YouTube doesn't care. You just need to have 1000, at least 1000 subs to have the chance to be in the YouTube partner program in order to monetize your videos. Now, the second rule is you need 4000 hours during the next 12 months, so the next year, or the previous year. So if you have already a channel and it's more than 1 year in age, old, the last 365 days, they count how many hours your videos or your music was seen and listened to. If you have a channel that is already in making, so you have tracks out there or tutorials, whatever you have, YouTube is counting back 365 days. So the next day, so tomorrow, is your 366th day, and the day before it was count, a year back, it will be cancelled. So it's always... it's difficult to explain actually. Now let's do the calculation, because I think many people don't understand how many 4000 hours are. And I want to make it realistic so we know exactly for what numbers we need to strive in order to get to the 4000 hours watch time. 4000 hours, if we divide it by 24, because a day has 24 hours, we have 167 days. What it means, the people who are watching your channel, they need to watch your channel for the next 167 days in total, without a break, all all your subscribers or the other people who watch your channel for half a year. Imagine that. Now when we multiply 4,000 hours by 60, we get 240,000 minutes. Remember that number. 4,000 hours, if we divide it by 12, we get 333 hours per month, or 77 hours a week, or 11 hours a day. Now I made the calculation for myself just to see actually how many people I need to have on my channel during the day so I can achieve the 4,000 hours. I do it for myself. You can do the calculation for yourself. Obviously, it depends on how much content you already have, but I did it on one single video. And the first one is a 10 minutes tutorial like this one. I need 66 people or full views every single day for the next 365 days in order to achieve the 4,000 hours. If we have a music track, so around 3.5 minutes or 3 minutes 20 seconds, you need 200 people who will listen from the beginning to the end, your entire track. And this is crucial. This is one of the most essential things I want to mention. The people need to watch your video from the beginning to the end. If they stop after 5 seconds, this view doesn't count. And it's really hard to calculate actually how many people these are, but I will get to that in a couple of seconds. So one of the most crucial aspects that people watch your video from the beginning to the end, you need to make engagement videos. Or you need to make awesome music so people like it instantly in the first 3 or 8 seconds. The human brain decides during 3 seconds, if the track is worth it to hear it until the end, or at least for the next 10, 15 seconds or not. It's a statistic that I took from iTunes many years ago, but this is crucial. So a lot of people, the most people, especially the people who don't know who you are, they decide in 3 seconds if they want to stay with you or not. The same as me. Maybe I think at this point of the video I lost 50% of the viewers because I'm boring and people didn't like me in the first 3 seconds. So now let's make a calculation. If we have lost 50%, like I told you right now, we lost 50%. So we go back to my example with the 10 minutes tutorial. What happens is that we have now, or we need 132 views. So we have a guarantee that there will be 66 people among the 132 people who will watch it from the beginning to the end. And most likely these people will be your subscribers. The same we do with your music track. You had 200 views. Now you should have 400 views or 400 people a day. A day. Now let's do the same. I always show this. Now let's do the same calculation with only 10% of people watching from the beginning to the end. And we have these numbers. So for 10 minutes tutorial, we need 660 people because these are the total minutes a day. All others, as I said, if they watch 5 seconds or 5 minutes, they don't count. It's really hard, as I said, to have a great statistic about it. Obviously, they count in your channel, but I can't count them inside my calculation. So I just really take the people who watch it from the beginning to the end. This is crucial. The same for your music track. If you have one track, you need 2,000 people. Really? 2,000 people who will listen to your track every single day. Remember I told you 240,000 minutes a day? A year. Now, this is crucial for all my composers friends. If you have an album that has 12 tracks, and each track is around 3.5 minutes. We have 42 minutes in total for the entire album. And if we divide that number, so 240,000 by 42 minutes, we get 5,714 listeners. So you have an entire year. You have an entire year to find 5,714 people who will listen to your album from the beginning to the end. From the beginning to the end. Now we make the same example with 24 tracks, so 2 albums. These are together 84 minutes. When we divide 240k by 84 minutes, we have 2,857 people who will listen to your album from the beginning to the end. Now you might ask yourself, is it possible to achieve these numbers? And I think it's definitely possible, but there are 3 rules, 3 golden rules, the general rules for successful people. And the first rule is consistency. If you just started out the channel and if you are consistent on making music or tutorials, you will definitely achieve this number. Why? Because I showed you for a 10 minutes tutorial that you need 66 people who will watch it from the beginning to the end in one day. But now if you have 10 videos, you need to divide 66 by 10, so you have around 6.5 or 7 people one day who will watch your tutorial from the beginning to the end. I think it's more than possible. And if you have not 10 videos, but 20 videos, then obviously you divide by 2 again. So, I mean, you should find 3 people who will watch your tutorial if it's not boring from the beginning to the end. So the answer is yes, it's possible. The second golden rule is commitment. Now, what is commitment? Commitment is that you motivate yourself, that you will do whatever it takes to complete your timetable every week or every second week, that you put a video out no matter what the world is doing outside or inside in yourself. So you need to commit yourself that you will put the video or the music track out, but you will do it consistently, that you will achieve these numbers by the end of the year, especially if the content is great and value for other people, because other people want to watch videos that are exciting, where they can learn something and they just have a great time with you. Now let's do a calculation for the music if you're composing or only composing without doing tutorials. Now look, a year has 52 weeks, and I think if you need 2 weeks for one track, you will have 26 tracks, or as in my example before, 24 tracks, 2 albums in 1 year. So after 2 years, you will have 4 full albums. Obviously for one track you will need a little bit more time to complete it, but for the other track you will only need, let's say, 4 or 5 days. But these are the numbers you can play for yourself. So if you say, I have only time to make one track in 1 month, you have 12 tracks in 1 year. You have entire album in 1 year. And I know many people who need 3 years for one album. But you need to commit yourself that you will do it and stay with your plan.
A couple of days later.
Cool. And the third golden rule is showing up and being present. Super important point. Why? Because people with time, they forget about you. It's normal. It's like how we live, and how many times you lost a friend actually because he moved away to another city, another country. We live life, and this is how it is, and it's really hard. And if you don't want that people forget you, let people know from time to time that you still care about them, that you know that they exist actually, not only you, but they as well, and they will appreciate it. Or just another example, applying for a job, the same. You applied once and you wonder why you don't get this job. It's easy because you apply usually through email. How many emails these people get, the H&R managers, wherever you apply, but usually there's an H&R manager involved. How many emails this person gets per day to check actually. And if your email is for whatever reason somewhere in the middle and the person forgets about it, because it's just too much for one day work, the next day and the following day, in most cases, this person will never get back to you. Why? Because he has 100 more emails to answer that day. And people forget that because you think everybody has time for you. No, nobody has time for you. Only yourself. You have time for you. But other people, they decide for themselves what is really important right now and what is not important right now. So you need to remind yourself, if you really want something, you need to show up and being present and say, hey, I want that. I really want that. And I don't give a how many times I need to get back to you. I just want to have an answer from you. So being present and showing up for your crowd, for your YouTube, whatever you're doing, super, super important. And the last words about these 3 golden rules: if one of these falls apart for whatever reason, again, it's like a house of cards. It will fall apart. It doesn't work. If you want to have success on YouTube, and this is funny because I'm talking like I don't have success on YouTube, I just started out, but I know I achieved a couple of things in my life already, so I know the principles, and these are the 3 principles, at least to have a chance to be successful. And I can tell you, if one of these you don't implement in your life, in your workflow, in your mindset, you will never make it. Why? Because if you're not consistent, people will forget about you. If you're not showing up or being present, people will forget about you. And the chances that people will get back to you are every single day smaller, smaller, smaller. And commitment, the same thing. If you don't motivate yourself to be to stick with your plan, with your daily plan, with your weekly or monthly plan, whatever your plan is, it won't work. It just won't work because you can't you can't rely on luck to that somebody will find you. I don't know if I mentioned the lotto game. If you want to play lotto, you can play lotto, right? But in most cases, as I said, successful people, they stick to the plan, to the goal, and they just do it. One day, the other day, the following day, the day after, and the day after. Hey, this is funny. Hello. Just a quick reminder before this video will be finished. Download the proven guide to compare your music production from now on. I think it will help you, and enjoy it. Have I mentioned that it's for free? Like 0.0.0.0.0? Yeah, exactly.
Dude, have you heard this?
Are you kidding me? 0? Let's summarize the video. If you want to earn money on YouTube, you need to have a plan how often you will post a tutorial or a music track for composers or musicians. You need to find the rhythm, really, because consistency and commitment, super, super important. And showing up and being present, not only on YouTube, but on other social media platforms as well, is crucial as well. Obviously, the more content you will post, the better the chances are that you will achieve the 4,000 hours during the next 365 days. Just do it. I hope that was interesting for you. And if you have any other numbers, please share them in the comments box down below and tell other people how you achieved the 4,000 hours if you already have done this and monetized your videos successfully. Now I think I talked for too many minutes and now it becomes super boring. So again, thank you very much for staying with me until the end. See you in the next video, guys. Take care of yourself and be amazing. Bye.